tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Hello there, I'm Dylan, aka The Wise Sith, and today we're going to be looking at another Hammond Collection figure that just came out recently, and there is kind of a little bit of controversy about it, between it being kind of a good figure and not a good figure from the series. So I'm here just to show y'all my personal opinion on it and my first reaction on it because I haven't opened it yet, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it's a decent figure, not like too horrible, but like, yeah. There is two other figures that it came out with. I'm not going to get those because I heard horrible stuff about those ones, and then it's not really any dinosaur figures I really want. The reason why I got this one is because the Triceratops is like too expensive right now to get, so this is like the closest thing to get to a Triceratops, and you probably know what I'm talking about. But it is, however, the Sinoceratops from the Hammond's collection. Sorry, my allergies are acting up, so my voice is a little bit uh, raspy or something. I guess you would say it that way. I don't know, congested sounding. Um, but yeah, this is the Sinoceratops from the Hammond's collection. Uh, this is a newer figure from the line. Just came out recently. I did, however, look up other people's like reviews and stuff about it and stuff just to see what it was like before I bought it, because I was hearing some like stuff saying that it was like a horrible figure, and then I hear some people say it's like a decent figure. So, like I said, I wanted to buy it just to see for myself and to show y'all, just in case if y'all, I could, just to show y'all, just in case if y'all want to pick it up or not. So, yeah, without further ado, let's look at the box. So, here's the front of the box. You got the classic Jurassic Park logo, and here's the 3D rendering of the Sinoceratops. And this is the dinosaur that you see. I think it's in Fallen Kingdom when Owen he's like laying on the ground. What was it? Yeah, he was laying on the ground after he got hit by the um I forgot what the name is for it. The darts that like puts him to sleep. I can't think of the name. I'll put it in the description. Whatever. I can't think right now for some reason. But he finally wakes up, but he's like numb all over, and well, he wakes up to this dinosaur licking his face. So if you weren't familiar, this is that dinosaur. But yeah, so here's the front of the box. You got True FX, Jurassic World, Hammond Collection, Ceratops. There's the side. Let's see if I can show that. So if you want to pause that, you could read it. There's a picture of Owen laying down, and here's that dinosaur licking his face. Got the Hammond Collection there. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. You got the other side, which just got the Hammond Collection logo. Here's the top, and it just says Jurassic World with the Jurassic Park logo, silhouette. And here is the bottom with the info. And then here is the back. So here is I'm assuming a 3D rendering of the figure before they even produced it. So here's another info. Might be the same as the one on the side. Yeah, looks like it. So, and you got Mattel, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdoms, Ceratops, True Effects, premium details for enhanced realism. And there you go. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up. All right, so this looks like this is the first Hammond Collection figure that has accessories with it, like extra accessories. So you got the bottom jaw right here and a non-broken horn. Hmm, interesting. So it looks like this horn can pop off, and then this jaw can pop off. That's kind of interesting that they didn't do a open and close hinge jaw. That is kind of interesting. I kind of agree with some people about that. That's kind of disappointing though. It doesn't make any sense because like they could easily make a hingeable jaw, but like because to me I feel like this will make it more difficult to like pop this off and take this and pop that back in place. And then with this being like a closed mouth, that I feel like this would make it a little bit more harder to take off than this one. That's kind of I can see where like some complaints are coming in from. Yeah, we'll see how it works. Yeah, we'll see what it's tail time. So, of course, the tail always comes detached, so you got to always line it up. So you see it's a hexagonal shape, hexagonal shape, and you just line it up, just like so. Let's see, and you just pop it in place, just like that. And it makes a snap sound. So let's see. Man, that feels tight. That man. Okay, so this is loose. Like this is not bad loose, but like this is loose enough to like easily bend. Okay, if you look at this leg, you have to like hold this down to keep it from. You can't even move that either. What the heck? There, it's like, dang. You gotta pry some force into that. I'm sure if you keep doing this long enough, it'll loosen up like it's doing now. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Okay, the foot. Okay, just a little bit. Now this foot's tight. This one's easy to undo, and this one's like, hang on. Damn, what the heck? I felt like I'm gonna snap this foot off. This is one of the other tests I was trying to test because there's been issues with other people having the same issue where certain joints are like so tight it feels like you're gonna like snap it in half. Damn, what the heck? That actually hurts. Man, they make this so hard to do. Okay, that one. Finally got that one bent, straighten up. Okay. I'm trying to loosen this up so that way I can do the posability test. So just bear with me on this. And I'll let you see the struggles I have on having to bend every joint. Okay, there. Okay, gotta loosen these up just a little bit. Okay, that's gotten loose. Foot. Damn. Oh, finally. Okay. Damn. It's like, good lord. Okay. Now I can see why this figure's kind of got a bad rating to it. That's crazy. Because like I didn't have this issue with all the other Hammond Collection figures I have. Like my Giganotosaurus, no issue. Stegosaurus, no issue. Stygimoloch, no issue. It's kind of crazy. Also didn't hear any issues with the Spinosaurus, which I really need to get that soon. Probably have to pay freaking scalper's price just to get it because I can't get it. They don't have it out anymore. I mean, I've seen people find it at a Target and it's kind of rare. So at a Target for like retail value for what was it, $49.99 or something like that, which is very lucky of them to find. The closest Target near me is probably like 2 hours away, so it's like literally two towns over from me. So it's like it's hard for me to even go there every so often. Every so often I go, but like it's hard for me to go like all the time, if that makes sense. Shoot, the nearest Walmart's like the next town over from me. And that usually takes like 30 minutes to get there. Well, actually, there's three towns next door to this town that have Walmarts. So, like, let's say like my town's like right here. There's a town here. There's a town here, and there's a town here. All three of those have Walmarts. The town below us, I don't think they have a Walmart. I don't remember. I think the one below that's got Walmart. And I live in Texas, so you would think there would be a lot of Walmarts everywhere in like almost every town. Not really. This town I live in is pretty small. Okay, I think I got it loosened up a little bit. It's just this one foot right here on the right in the front. It's like there. Okay. Gotta loosen that up. It's like hard to grip that one. Okay, I think I got it loosened up a little bit. All right. Head's loose. Tail's loose. All right. So moving on to articulation. So articulation in the head, we do have swivel side to side, and then I think it's on a ball joint. So you have some. It goes all the way up to about there, and all the way down to like right there, and again, all the way to the side to there, all the way to the side to there. So it's like it's literally on a ball joint. It's got all sorts of like rotation right there. Moving on to the legs. Okay, so kick goes about right there. As you can see, it extends outwards just like that. And then kicking it back in, it goes about to there. And this is in the shoulders. Moving on to elbows, it goes about right there and then straightens up to about there. Ankles, they do bend about right there all the way to there, and they are swivel, so they can swivel back and forth just like that, or you can just do it all the way around if you want for some reason. Knees are the same way, they swivel all the way around. And I believe this does extend out. Yes. So it does have, I guess you would call it a butterfly joint. I'm sure. So you can have them extended out just like that. Back legs, I figure it'd be the same. Extends out about right there. Back, surprisingly, all the way over here, all the way around until you get right there. Crazy. They do extend out just like that. So you can have them spread out like that. Knees, they bend right there and then straighten up about right there. Ankles, same way, to there, all the way to there. They are on a swivel. Knees are on a swivel. Just like that. Moving on to tail. This is on a, I guess you would say, ball joint in a way. So it goes to there, all the way to there, up to there, down to there. Basically, all the way around, just like that. And this is on a jointed system, so you can bend the tail just like that. I would say about right there. And probably about right there. Up, right there, and then down just about there. And I believe that's it on the articulation. Moving on to the accessories. So, like I said, the jaw doesn't hinge up and down, which is kind of sad that they chose this route. Which, honestly, this is kind of hard to get out. There we go. Grab that. And all it is just a little peg and it goes in the hole. And then you just pop it in place. And that's only if you want to have the mouth closed. Which, let's see how hard this is to get out. So I guess you could just use your fingernail to grab right here in this little crevice. Let's see if I can get it out. There we go. Pops right out. A little difficult, especially if you don't have fingernails, which I need to cut mine. But yeah, that is the disappointing part about this. I wish they could have had a hinged jaw and make it a lot easier, just like some of the other dinosaurs I got. I know the Stegosaurus, it was like a fixed jaw where it didn't have this or a hinge. It was just fixed shut, which I wish they had that as a hinge too, so you can have it open. That was the other downside about that Stegosaurus. And I'm sure there were some other dinosaurs that were the same way. Shoot, they make the Velociraptor have a hinged jaw, and that's tinier than this. Even the Stygimoloch, I think. I can't remember. If it does, that kind of proves that they're just whatever. Not wanting, there's like slacking a little bit. I'm sure it's money cost or something like that, but who cares? Listen to the fans. Listen to the people who like the collection. I mean, they listened to one thing, and that was the eye. They finally came back with painted eyes. On the more recent figures, they've been like kind of like a bead eye, but it was so bad to the point where like if you tilted it certain ways, you couldn't even see the pupil. It was that bad, and it didn't look realistic at all. It just looked kind of cheap, I guess you would say. I know they were trying to go for like a premium look. The painted eye looks a lot better than that. At least you can see the pupil from different angles. That's the good thing about the painted eye. And I do like the painted eye more than the glass eye or bead eye. So, okay, so the other accessory is the horn. So the default horn you got on here is a broken horn, just like that. And what you do is you just, see if I can get this off. It's gonna be hard. Okay, wait, got it. Pop that off. Horn's right here. So if you want a complete horn, you could just pop that in place, and there you go. You got a complete horn. And this is a rubbery type material, so it's not so like hard and pokey. Same with these other horns on the frill. I can't remember what this piece is called. It's been so long since I've learned about that. I forgot. Believe me, I'm into dinosaurs, but like I forgot what this piece is called. If you know, comment below. I forget. It has a certain name to it, and I forgot what it was. But like you got the horns, or you can see they're, even this piece is flexible. The whole head is like rubbery, and then this is hard plastic, just like that. So yeah, moving on to the details and paint job, it does look really good. I've seen some people where the horns on this side and some on maybe this side weren't even painted at all, which is kind of crazy that you're paying like, I think this was like $25. You're paying $25 for a premium figure that's more premium than the basic Jurassic World toys, the ones that are more for kids. And these are like unfinished and stuff. So it's like, come on, Mattel, what are you doing? So I am glad mine are painted all the way. Like I said, there were some people there where this is like still the same color as this part, like on the horns. It looks like the paint kind of like chipped off all the way, which is kind of crazy. And it does look like they're all painted, which is nice. Maybe that one little spot right there. And that's about it. But all in all, the paint job could be better, but it is nice. It's you can see like some details in there, like some of the like speckling and stuff like that in there. The brown speckling in here. The striping is kind of decent in a way. It goes all the way to here. It doesn't finish to here. Wish it can, but but it's just production cost. Of course, you got the Jurassic Park emblem on the bottom of the feet. That's all what the figures have underneath. Let's see what's inside the mouth. It looks like the mouth is painted pretty nice as well. The tongue is painted pretty nice. Beak, nicely sculpted and painted. And the bottom jaw is nicely painted. Let's look at this one. Yeah, this one's nicely painted as well. No issues on that. The other horn, it looks like it is nicely painted. No issues, which is nice. Okay. This horn's nicely painted as well. I like the sculpt of, I don't know. If I was to like display this, I'd probably have it with the mouth open. And I do like the complete horn. Even though this one like tells a story, I like the complete horn. I don't know. It's just how I am. If I was to pose this look like it was battling another dinosaur, I'll probably have this one on there. But yeah. So yeah, this is the Sinoceratops from the Hammond Collection. Cost about $25. I would give this figure a low W, because if it's from an L to a W, I would give it a low W. So it's like close to an L, but still a W. If that makes any sense. Because like there's a lot of like things that I wish they can improve on it, but then there's a lot of other things that are a lot better than what they've done before, or usually about the same as it's about as good as like some of the other best figures out there. Like paint job is like decent, even like down here on the nails and stuff, the claws, whatever you call those. They're nicely detailed, but the underbelly's nicely painted. If only this could be extended here, but it stops about here. But my only gripe is, I know they eventually loosen up afterwards, but like right out of the box, this is like very stiff, and it feels like you're gonna like snap it in half. It feels very delicate sometimes when you're trying to like bend it, if you get what I'm saying. But that, and then the other gripe I have is they should have just stuck with a hinged jaw and not this plug in and take off and replace to another one jaw. It's ridiculous. It's like, what's the point? You could have had a hinged jaw that would have done the same thing, and it probably would have been cheaper to make instead of making a second piece. So that way you had one piece and it would open and close instead of making two pieces, which would probably double the cost, or not double, but like added more to the cost of making it. I don't know what they were doing. Like, I'm happy with this. That way you can have both a broken and a full complete horn. But this is just weird. I don't know why they chose to do that route. The painted eye is actually pretty good. I like that. I'm sure a lot of people are happy that they brought back the painted eyes. Because, like, for a while now, a lot of people were unhappy with the bead eyes. And I kind of agree with them. Because, like, there was points where you couldn't even see the pupil. Like, whatever angle you put it at, there would be points where you couldn't even see it, or you could barely see it. And if you were really close to it, you could see it. And then sometimes the pupils were like off-centered, so you couldn't even see it. You couldn't even see it at all. So it's like, what's the point of having these bead eyes if you can't see the pupil? So, yeah. I hope you liked this video. Stay tuned for more, and be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.